In part 2 of this lecture, you will learn about the trait approach and the personality approach to leadership, both of which focus on the leader and do not consider the followers or the situation. The earliest approaches were called the trait approaches, or the great man theories. They attempted to explain effective leadership in terms of the leader's traits, their personality, social, physical, or intellectual qualities. For example, these theories point to charisma, drive, and sociability as being associated with effective leadership. The problem is we have examples of effective leaders who are not as charismatic as these theories might predict, that are not as sociable as these theories might predict. Now, conscientiousness, drive, determination, those qualities do tend to describe effective leaders, but charisma, sociability, not necessarily. Today, we know that these original traits are not a requirement for effective leadership. In fact, traits do a better job of predicting the emergence of leaders who will become a leader within a given group. Again, traits only predict leadership emergence, not leadership effectiveness. Here are some of the traits that IO psychologists have consistently been able to correlate with emergent leadership. Who emerges, who rises to the occasion. Intelligence includes verbal, perceptual, and reasoning skills. Self-confidence is someone's beliefs about their talents. Determination is a desire to get things done. Integrity is honesty and trustworthiness. Sociability is the desire to seek out and work with other people. When people have one or more of these traits, they are more likely to emerge as the leader of a group among people who do not have these qualities. The trait approaches were problematic because they excluded a great number of people who didn't have specific traits. Essentially, these theories suggested that if you were not highly intelligent, if you were not highly extroverted, if you were not highly ambitious, you were not going to be an effective leader. Today, we know that is not the case. People can learn to become better leaders. Personality approaches are similar to trait approaches in that they are trying to identify personality traits that are associated with effectiveness in different roles. Many of these approaches suggest that different situations, different industries, different roles, different types of leadership positions call for different combinations of personality characteristics. For example, in industrial jobs, workers need to have high levels of emotional stability, extroversion, and openness to experience. In government and military roles, leaders need high levels of emotional stability, extroversion, but instead of being open to experience, they need to be highly conscientious. Look at the third column. Students need high levels of all 5 of the big 5 personality dimensions in order to be effective in their roles, in order to reach their own goals, in order to have an influence on the people around them, and in order to benefit their group members, their classmates, their professors, and the university. Personality approaches to leadership can be especially helpful when we are recruiting and hiring leaders, and when we want to facilitate career development among other employees, either those who are already in leadership positions or those who are interested in getting into leadership. Again, the trait approach and the personality approach are similar in their focus on traits, qualities, characteristics of the individual leader, but they are different in that the trait approach excludes a lot of people from leadership, whereas personality approaches try to identify the traits that benefit leaders in different industries.